Welcome back to the 235 Club. This is a pretty special one. Norman Douglas himself from Pond Burn in 1957. It's number 19 on the list of 235 of his own score. 1957. 9 by 8. It's 31 and 2 long by 29 and 2 long. The spread is 32 and 4/8. The span is 27 and 2/8. The beams are 3 and 6 by 3 and 7, and the coronets is 7 and 1 by 7. Brow tines are 6 and 5 by 8. Trays are 6 and 4 by 6 and 2. The guard tines are 8 and 3 by 8 and 2, and leaving 6 by 5. The palms length without points are 13 by 15. The width without points is 4 and 3/8 by 4 and 7/8. And the width with points is 5 and 6/8 by 6 and 3/8. The total for Norman Douglas is 238 and a quarter inches on the Douglas score. Jim Burgess and the author had picked up movement with the aid of binoculars, the pair of us confirming the presence of a fine buck and at least 2 does on a ridge above the Pond Burn. We had been utilising the summit of a small knoll as an advantage point, listening to the pig-like grunting of rutting bucks and scanning the surrounding country that lies between the Pass Burn and the Pond Burn, the latter a tributary of the Mararoa River. Norman Douglas was our guest, so it fell to his lot to stalk and attempt to secure the buck, while Jim and I stayed put to watch the proceedings. It was nearly an hour before the report of a rifle heralded the kill. It had been a long wait. Norman had been forced to take a circuitous route in approaching his quarry, the final stretch made on his belly through wet tussock and moss swamp. The buck and does were resident in an area of high red tussock, were lying down in by the time Norman Douglas was within 100 metres of them. While he was thinking about how he could create noise in order to get the buck to rise to his feet, his prayers were answered by the arrival of a lesser buck from behind where he lay concealed. The big buck rose immediately to answer the challenge, falling to a clean shot by Douglas. Douglas was rather fortunate as only minutes after he had taken his trophy, a fusillade of shots rang out from the direction of the Mararoa Valley, an event which could well have cost him his trophy. What a beautiful story, of course. Also, Banwell there in residence with Jim Burgess. Awesome stuff. Next we have Dion Savage again at the Pond Burn, 1957, same year. In the score here we've got Mavora Saddle. We will catch you there on the next episode of the 235 Club. Kia ora, you're listening to the 235 Club, the New Zealand Big Game Record Series, the Fallow Deer Volume 3, written and compiled for the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association, incorporated by D. Bruce Banwell. Volume 3 of the series of New Zealand Big Game Trophy Records, written and compiled by D. Bruce Banwell on behalf of the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association, incorporated. Published by the Halcyon Press, a division of Halcyon Publishing Limited, PO Box 360 Auckland, 1015 New Zealand, printed through Collarcraft Limited, Hong Kong. The copyright D. Bruce Banwell, 2003, first published 2003, all rights reserved.